I'm Tracy Stevens. I've been attending VantagePoint Church since September 9th, 2018. Major events happened in my life that led me down this path of depression, with the sudden passing of my mom in 2014, and then in 2017 my dad passed away of cancer. It was a struggle for me. I didn't know how to handle that. I knew that things were going to be different. I was different. I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that I was changing, and it wasn't for the better. Things were getting so bad with me that I couldn't even get out of bed. It was a struggle. To put my makeup on was a struggle. After about 6 months, I went to the doctor, and I had told her what was going on with me, and she had diagnosed me with major clinical depression and anxiety disorder. It's very hard to tell people, so I kept it inside. I didn't tell anybody. After a couple of months of struggling, I came to a point in my life in August that I felt like I wanted to leave this world. The chaos in my head was just so bad that I just wanted it to stop. On September 8th, I was at home, and I had chose that I was going to end my life. I remember looking at my Facebook that night, and I was just looking at my family and friends. I was, just thinking of memories. There was a lot of pain that went with that because I knew how sad I was going to make everybody. But in my mind, this was the only way out. That day, I just remember screaming out to God, and I screamed, "Please help me. I need help. I needed something." But my mind would tell me, why would he want to help a person like you? So September 8th, the night came, and I'm looking through Facebook, and I don't know where it came from, but there was a post. It was Pastor Mark's sermon of "You Are Not Alone."
Out in prayer. Here's what I want to say, that if you struggle with depression, that if you struggle with suicidal thoughts, and today, if you even have a plan to do it, here's what I want to let you know, that you will not be judged here. I love you guys. Man, this is a tough gig. I think we can do it. I think we can at least make it through tomorrow, as long as we just have each other, okay?
And I was going through that at that exact same moment. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I did it, but I sent a message to this church that I had no clue about. I didn't think anything of it. I don't know. I didn't expect a response, but someone did respond. Pastor Tom sent me a message back, introducing himself and asking me to come to church the next morning. I thought about it for a moment, and then I agreed. But what Pastor Tom didn't know was that night I had written 7 letters. I wrote them to my children, my grandchildren, my sister, and my brother. It was letters of goodbyes. It was a letter of "I'm sorry." I wanted them to know that this wasn't their fault. They could have done nothing to stop this, and that I loved them very, very much. I remember putting those letters under my pillow that night, and I'm sorry. It was the hardest decision I had to make. But the next morning came, and I got up. I cleaned my house up, put those letters on my counter, on my island in my kitchen, so that my daughter would find them when she got home. I said goodbye to my dogs, and I walked out of my house, knowing that it was the last time that I would be there. My plan was to go to church, and then after church, I was going to go to a park and take my life. The wonderful news is I had no idea what was waiting for me at VantagePoint Church. I felt a sense of love. Pastor Mark had did a sermon that day, and it spoke to me so much that after the sermon, I went out to the kiosks, and there was a young lady there. And I remember standing there, and I walked up, and she reached her hands out, and I put my hands out. And she said, "Are you the one that left the message last night?" It was like she was waiting for me. I really felt like she was like, "This is crazy." And I just remember telling her I didn't want to be here anymore. She at that point had said, "Please wait, let me get a pastor." And she did. I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave so bad. I just wanted to go to the park. I wanted to end this and be done. But I waited, and I'm glad I did. Pastor Tom came out and spoke to me and listened to what I had to say. I remember him telling me God loves me and that I am important to God. And then he prayed with me. After we were done praying, Pastor Chris came up and he said, "I'm going to get you into a group study, a Bible study." And I was agreeable to that. I don't know what it was that as I was walking out of the church to my car, I just felt like this dark cloud that I had been in for so long was just a little bit lighter. I started driving, and I just remember myself saying, "Okay, God, I hear you. I hear you." I didn't go to the park that day. I went home. I walked through the door, and I felt a happiness, a peace inside of me. But when I walked in my house, right there on the counter were those 7 letters, and I just stared at them. I remember looking at them and thinking, those letters are filled with despair and loneliness and hurt. And I remember walking over to them. I took them, I ripped them up, I threw them in the trash can, and I realized that through this whole process of me asking God to help me, that He was in control of every step of the way. I found out sometime later, and when I was speaking to Pastor Tom, that something was telling him to go on the message board and check that night. God performed a miracle. That's all I can tell you. He did. He brought VantagePoint, that sermon, to me. He had Pastor Tom check those messages. Because I can tell you right now, if Pastor Tom had not responded, I wouldn't be here today. I still have major clinical depression and anxiety. It's something I have. It's not who I am anymore. God didn't forget about me, but He loves me, and I'm important to Him. And I can't believe it. Little church in Eastville, California is where He had me come to save my life. He was listening. I just wasn't seeing it. I just wasn't hearing it. My name is Tracy Stevens, and by the grace of God alone, I am a survivor of suicide. I'm really grateful. I'm grateful for being here. I'm grateful for having another day.